Well, we've got a whole lot of chocolatiers with us now. This is great. This is the Smith family, excuse me, and you're Scott Smith.
Yes.
And Megan.
Yep.
And this is Eddie.
Yep.
And you, Monkey and Me Sweets. This is, I hear, is the he's the original monkey.
Yes,
so,
he is.
I'm sure we don't have to ask why he had that name. But a great cake here. My gosh, we came up to that, and pretty much does your bakery specialize in these specialized kind of things?
Yes, we do primarily 3D sculpted cakes. We do your traditional wedding cakes and cupcakes and whatnot, but this is what people come to us for, is that out of the ordinary. Masterpiece like this.
Now, do you have a kind of a retail outlet that you sell at, or
no? We're an in-home bakery. We've actually converted part of our home into a bakery.
Right.
So that's where we're at right now. Who knows what 5 years down the road may lead to?
Sure, sure. So folks are like calling you, that kind of thing.
We're by appointment only.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. That's a good way to be.
Yeah.
A good way to be. But so you're going to show us a chocolate modeling rose here.
Yes. We're going to explain, what modeling chocolate is. And what we did was we took Wilbur's white chocolate wafers, and essentially to make modeling chocolate, you want to have 4 ounces of chocolate to 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup.
Sure.
Okay. You melt the chocolate, and then you mix your corn syrup into it. You put it into a Ziploc bag and put it in the refrigerator, let it solidify.
Sure.
And then once it's done that,
then you can start to work it.
You can start to work it, and you can actually play with that.
Sure. Now, and when you do this, once you get it to that point, must you knead it?
Yes.
To get it to where you want it to be to start working.
Right. When you take it right out of the bag, you can see it's got some crystallization on the outside.
Sure.
So once you start working that, it'll actually smooth out and get shiny.
Sure.
Now, I have gloves on. If the chocolate's really good for your skin, so it makes your hands nice and soft. But with doing this, I find gloves are nicer because then the chocolate doesn't stick to your fingers.
Sure.
So, that's why I have the gloves on. But yeah, it's really easy to work with. We use it for all of our cakes. Actually, every part of that cake there has chocolate on it.
Okay, wow.
So it's pretty neat.
That's fantastic. Now, so you're going to demonstrate a real quick rose for us.
Yes.
And Eddie, I'm told you
that's
your creation.
Yep. He actually did all the petals on it. So what you want to do is you want to take and roll out your modeling chocolate into snakes. And I forgot a knife, but that's all right.
That's fine.
I have a popsicle stick, and you just kind of cut it into 1 to 3/4 of an inch to an inch segments. And you want to take the center and make it a cone shaped.
I see, okay.
Like that. All right. And I have several here already
pre-made. And that's the start of the leaf.
And that's the start of the center of the rose.
Oh, okay.
So if you look in the center there, that's that part right in the middle. And then what you do is you take your segments that you cut out and you push down into a petal. And this is why the glove's nice, because working the modeling chocolate like this, it could possibly tear or stick to it, and it comes out into a nice...
And really the heat in your hand is
is
helping
softening that up. Yep. And we're going to do 2 right off the bat.
So now, real quickly, I'll get this in. You folks are not trained bakers per se. You're artists.
We're artists.
Right.
Musicians, that kind of thing.
Yep. Fine art and graphic arts. And
so you do your own logos and things?
Yes.
So when you go to put your first petals on, this is the trickiest part. You take and you wrap your first petal around like this, and before you close it up, you take your second petal and you kind of fold it inside there and wrap that around. So that's the center of your rose.
Okay.
Okay. And
now, if you were doing something like buds, would that be sufficient?
That would be
something like that. Okay.
And then you just kind of wrap another one to make it the right shape.
Sure.
And then you kind of set that aside and you cut yourself some more. And I'm going to actually let Eddie put the rest of the petals on here. He did such a good job earlier. And you might need up to 13 or 14 petals to get this completed. But
now, here we are, 5 kind of minutes here. How long does it typically take you to do a rose? Just one rose?
To do one rose, it takes by myself about 8 minutes.
Yeah. So
so it's pretty lengthy.
Right. So really, you've got to do a couple of things: get your time down.
Right.
And because obviously time is money, and it takes a heck of a long time to do those.
Now Eddie's wrapping those around, overlapping each layer.
Right. And we're not going to make any comments about free labor and all that kind of stuff. We'll keep him in the dark about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he gets paid in so many ways.
So, for Chocolate Walk, where are you going to be?
We're going to be at Clementine's.
Clementine's, okay. Yep. And have you been there before?
Yes, we were there last year.
And what will be your product for?
Well, last year we did fudge, which we're planning on doing that again.
Okay.
This year we're planning on introducing some of our cookies.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
And we might even, we're working on a pretzel recipe that we might even also offer.
Sure, a chocolate pretzel?
It's actually a regular pretzel that we may add chocolate to.
Okay,
you know. So
sure.
That's something that we've been working on for a couple months now that, you know, we're kind of getting into that final stage that I think will be ready for the public.
That is excellent. Now, do you folks have a website?
Yes, we do.
And go ahead.
It's monkeyandmesweets.com. Real easy. It's our name. And if you want to see all of our latest creations, you can actually go to our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/monkeyandmesweets.
Right, right.
And that we post every week. So when we get to the rows so far, then what we do is we take the bottom here and we kind of pinch that off.
Well, it looks fantastic.
And then we take one of our tools and we kind of fix all these little petals here and make them...
Well, that's too meticulous for me, Scott.
Yep.
That's for sure. Well, I want to thank all of you folks. Eddie, thanks for coming. Thanks for helping us out with that, Rose, and Megan and Scott. We'll see you October 6th for Chocolate Walk. And you folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.